Stop. Come here. Anyways, I'm not an alcoholic, but I am drinking these non-alcoholic beers because there's no alcohol in them. And I'm working right now, so I don't want to drink at work. But it is nice to sometimes have the feeling of drinking at work. It's nice to feel like you're drinking at work. And a lot of people have been really getting into these. This is from the Perth Brewery, just outside of Ottawa, Canada. It's IPA, and there's a guy on a horse. And that's cool because I ride a horse. And that's why I got it, actually. I was in the beer store, and I saw a guy on a horse. And I thought, hey, I ride a horse. I'm going to drink. I ride a horse, and I'm not an alcoholic. There's a non-alcoholic IPA and a guy riding a horse. I'm not an alcoholic, and I ride a horse. This is the beer for me. But I actually, when I bought it, I thought there was alcohol in it. So, and it turned out I was. It took me a few of them actually before I realized there was no alcohol in it. That's how good they are. That's how great it tastes. I remember an alcoholic, non-alcoholic beer back in the 80s. I don't want to name names. I don't want to, trash some non-alcoholic beer company. But back in the 80s, there was non-alcoholic beers, and they sucked. Really, they sucked. It's interesting though. I just cracked this one open, and I'm drinking it, and I think it's like a placebo effect because I feel like I'm starting to slur my words a bit, almost like I'm drunk, but I'm not drunk because there's no alcohol in this, so it's impossible. And I'm not an alcoholic, but I am having a non-alcoholic IPA, so that's great. But as you can see, the studio's looking amazing. May have to patch up a few holes in the wall, but other than that, things are good. And we're going to be getting lots of guests around here, and I'm excited about it. It's going to be a big summer. And I think the testing will end at some point. We will eventually stop testing and actually start podcasting for real. This is not a real podcast. This is still a technical test. But very soon, I think I'm going to start testing for real, posting for real, the podcasts. And you can watch them on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch them, listen to them wherever you get podcasts. I feel like I'm getting drunk from this thing. Charlie. It's a bit of a distraction, Charlie. It's a bit of a distraction, Charlie, come here. Charlie, come here. Come. No, come. Charlie, come. No, come here. Come. Sit. Hey, sit. Stay. Just stay. Okay? No, come here. Sit. Hey, come here. Stay. Good girl. That's what we need. We want you to... No! Come here. Stay. Okay? I'm doing a podcast for the people at home. There's people at home. You know this. So let's just keep it cool for a minute. It's... No! Come here. Come. Here. Sit. It's just... Stay. Lie down. Down. Good girl. It's distracting. It's really distracting. But as you can see, things are looking up around here. The lighting, the camera work, the audio, all of it is improving. We've got a great team here, great crew here, and we're on the upward swing here for sure. This is going to be one of the one of the great podcasts. My goal is by the end of this year, I'd like to be in the top 5 podcasts in Eastern Ontario. And if we can get to that place, I like to set goals, and that's my goal. I'm going to say it now. I'm not going to be all Casey at the bat or anything, but I'm going to say it now. By the end of this year, I'm going to look in the camera. By the end of this year, this is going to be, and I'm going to will it to happen, one of the top 5 podcasts in Eastern Ontario, okay? and you have to dream. Charlie, come here, come here, come. Sit. No, come here, come. Sit. Stay. Lie down. Good girl. We're going to be one of the top 5 podcasts in Eastern Ontario, and maybe even Western Quebec. We'll see. Je parle français. C'est une bonne idée. Un podcast en français. C'est une bonne idée pour toutes les personnes dans les provinces de Québec. Allô, mes amis. Allô, toute la gang. J'écoute, moi, parler dans le microphone maintenant pour toute la gang dans Québec, dans la province de Québec. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I need to do a show in French. I need some sort of an angle. Maybe that might be good. I've been thinking actually translating my stand-up comedy into French and touring around Quebec. And that's actually something that I've been meaning to do. Actually, I want to make a note to myself. Can you actually send me a message about that later, Adam? I'm going to actually translate my stand-up comedy into French and tour in Quebec, in the province of Quebec. And I think this will be a good idea. Everybody needs sort of an angle. You know? Like, that could be a good niche for me. Sort of be the only person doing stand-up in broken French. It's also my goal and dream to sell out the Air Canada Centre for this podcast. And I'm putting it out there right now in Ottawa, Canada, home of the Ottawa Senators. I would like to perform this podcast live at the Air Canada Centre. I saw Cirque du Soleil there recently. I'm friends of the Ottawa Senators. I actually announced their draft pick this year, proudly. And I'm a huge fan, and I've always been a huge fan of the Ottawa Senators. You can see me rocking an Ottawa Senators cap in the 1992 video, Check the OR, You Like It So Far. I was one of the first, I can actually say for a fact, I was the very first rapper to rock an Ottawa Senators cap in history. So maybe we should close that door there, Adam. We got a bit of a tornado warning here. And so let's just not make sure that it's going to change the lighting a little bit. But are we okay? It's okay. It's all right. Still looks good. We got some diffused lighting here. We've got a lot of professional equipment here. So we had a big rainstorm today, and it was shocking to say the least. The torrential downpour we've been having. We're going to be taking the hay soon, taking it off the fields. And we'll be putting it in this barn. I'm actually concerned this barn is going to be filled with hay right around the time that I'm supposed to actually really get into the groove of the podcast. And I have sort of a certain amount of hay fever. I'm not allergic to hay, but when I'm up here in the barn, I get a little bit of a sort of a hay fever. Even just from the remnants of the hay from last year, I sort of feel a bit of a sort of pressure, I guess, in the sinuses. And so we have a little bit of a conundrum because we're coming up on the time of year where we have to take the hay and get it off the fields and bale it up in these 60-pound square bales that we stack up in the barn below here. And in this part of the barn, we're in the loft of the barn now, and in the other barn. And I'm a little bit concerned that we may not be able to do that this year because I want to do the podcast. And so I'm trying to look at some alternative options. I don't think I have time to build another barn or the ability to do so. May get a tarp. We may be tarping a little bit of the overflow. So we'll put all our hay where we normally put it, but we might not put it up in the loft this year, and we'll leave it outside the barn and tarp it. So I've looked into some large tarps. I'm not sure how many people out there. Leave a comment if you know anything about tarps and oversized tarps. But if you're a tarp person, that's the nice thing about the internet. Somebody out there is going to know about where to get a big tarp, an oversized tarp. So if you're a tarp person and you're watching this, or if it comes up in your algorithm due to me saying the word tarp over and over again, and you're a tarp person, it might pop up in your algorithm. It's probably not a coincidence. It probably didn't happen just randomly. It's probably you're a tarp person. You're probably into tarps, and I said tarp a few times, and now it's showing up in your feed. And if you're listening to this, I'd appreciate a little advice. Leave a comment if you know where I can get a big tarp. Leave a comment if you know where I can get a big tarp. It would help me out. I have some hay I got to tarp up this fall, and the reason I need to do so is because I want to keep this upstairs part of the barn hay fever free. I've been thinking about my friend Joe Rogan, who has been kind of refusing to come to Canada lately because various reasons. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to reach out to him and ask him to see maybe Joe might make an exception to come to Canada, to come sit in this barn and do the new podcast. And I thought maybe that might be kind of fun. Like I could take Joe around Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec, and we could possibly talk a little bit with some Canadians, and I think Joe might be surprised to see that Canadians love him. And pretty much everybody I know around here all listen to and watch the Joe Rogan podcast, and I think that might be fun. So I'm gonna shoot him a message, and that's one of my other dreams. So the dreams are to sell out the Air Canada Centre with this podcast. That might be a good idea. Maybe Joe could come up and do that show at the Air Canada Centre. No, it'd probably be more fun to have him come to the barn. We could go do some fishing, and maybe we can barbecue some elk. There are elk around here, by the way. Joe loves elk. There are elk around here. I know actually there are elk in this exact area. They've been, not sure if they're reintroduced or if they're just moving back into this area, but there have been elk sightings nearby. And maybe Joe could come up and we could eat one of the elk around here. I'm gonna honestly think though that it might be a nice gesture to invite Joe, who's always been so cool with me, and I have gone down and performed at the Comedy Mothership many times. I've been on his podcast many times. He used to come up on my Webovision show back in the day before it was called a podcast. And maybe it would be a good time for him to come to Canada. Come to Canada, Joe. I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna ask you to come to Canada, okay? I know you're busy, you're probably not gonna come, but I'm gonna ask anyways, because I feel like it would be the thing to do. I'm living up here in Canada now and I love it. And after 21 years in Los Angeles, I'm so glad to be home. I'm proud to be a Canadian, and I want Joe to come up and see what's great about Canada, and I want him to meet all the people up here who love his show and his comedy. And I think if we walked around together, Joe, I think you'd have a good time. Okay. That's enough groveling. I'm inviting other people, too. I'm also inviting Tony Danza. So I'm hoping to get Tony Danza up on the podcast. I am not even joking. I mean, it's random, obviously, but I'm not joking though. I am inviting Tony Danza, and we have all sorts of other people that we're going to invite too. And I love Tony Danza too. I'm not joking around. I'm not fucking around. I mean, Who's the Boss was huge. Like my whole life, Who's the Boss was huge my whole life. It was like literally, you would come home from school, Who's the Boss would be always on. It was Who's the Boss and the Hercules cartoon that was a co-production between the BBC and the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And it was like really bad stop-motion animation and incredible voice acting, of course. Newton, of course, was a half man, half horse, a centaur. Newton, get me my sword. Hey, Herc! Hey, Herc! It's the Clotus creature! The Clotus creature! Right? And it was all this kind of stuff. And it was on after school, and we loved it. Was the sound that the Clotus creature made. And there was the Mask of Vulcan, and there was Daedalus and Helena, And Hercules had a ring that he wore that gave him superpowers, and he would come hurtling earthward from Mount Olympus as the mighty Hercules. Dun, 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 dun. And then like the mask of Vulcan would come out, or the Clotus creature. And then he'd like fight it a few times and get thrown against a rock or something, and then eventually he'd have to go to like behind a tree, and Newton would hand him his ring. He'd put on his power ring, and then Newton, get me my sword. Oh, I got yours. Hey, Herc, I got your sword. Here's your sword. And he'd go get a sword. And Newton had sort of a high-pitched voice, and it was great. It was a great show. So between that and Who's the Boss, Tony Danza and Hercules essentially raised me, the animated Hercules. And we can dream. Maybe Tony Danza could come to the Air Canada Centre dream gig, where we sell out the Air Canada Centre. And maybe we could reenact scenes from Who's the Boss together. We could bring in some local actors, or maybe some big Canadian actors. Maybe we could get, I don't know, Sandra Oh or something to come in and play some of the parts from Who's the Boss. She's from Ottawa. Maybe we could get Dan Akroyd in to do some of the scenes. And we could sort of do like a Who's the Boss kind of podcast, Air Canada Centre kind of special. I don't know, it's just I'm just spitballing. These are ideas. We can dream. I have a lot of plans. We're going to freeze the pond this winter. I'm going to invite up some Ottawa Senators and Toronto Maple Leafs and Montreal Canadiens hockey players who are all able to get here pretty easily. We're a stone's throw from all of those cities. Maybe we'll even invite up some New York Rangers and New York Islanders, also a stone's throw from those cities as well. The fact of the matter is I'm closer to New York State than I am to Toronto. Okay, so I'm actually closer to New York than I am to Toronto. Not city, but we could be in New York in 45 minutes eating a smoked meat sandwich. Okay, if I got up and I walked out the door and I jumped in the pickup truck right now and drove, I could be in New York in 45 minutes eating a smoked meat sandwich. Okay, to all our American viewers out there. This is the Northeast. This is the Northeast. This is Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec. Represent, everybody. Come to Montreal. Walk around on the cobblestone streets. Say it's like Europe. Eat yourself silly. Have some St. Hubert barbecue and come visit Canada. To our American friends out there, come visit Canada. We're not the 51st state. But if we were, we'd be the first state in the union where nobody in it wants to be American. Okay. It's raining out. Listen to that. Isn't that nice? We're having some real weather here in Eastern Ontario right now, I tell you. Just listen to that. Isn't that nice? There was a tornado watch in effect. Came up on my my phone earlier today. And in all seriousness, we are going to invite a whole bunch of other great people. I don't know who's coming, but I can tell you who I've invited. I invited my friend Eric Andre. I invited my friend Tony Hawk. I invited maybe not the best time to talk about inviting people. Come on up. It's real nice up here in the summer. It's actually nice. Maybe Adam, could you go open the window there and maybe Cam, do you want to go just get just sort of do a smooth walk over there? We might use the shot. Here we are in a century barn. This barn was built over a century ago. And who would have thunk? You can actually see the logs. This barn is built with logs, which is a way of building a barn, which is somewhat unique to this part of the world. And the way these barns were built is... Actually, I think I'm going to want to really get into detail and show. Wow. We got a tsunami, like a cyclone. We got a cyclone coming in. That is some real weather there. That is something else. We'll be okay. We love the rain. You know, I am a farmer now, and we need to grow the hay, and of course the radishes, and the garlic, and the lettuce, and the carrots, and the potatoes, and the onions that I'm growing in the garden. But really, it's for the hay. We get about 600 and change, 600 square bales of hay off the property here. We'll be doing that in a few weeks. We'll be stacking them up in the barns here, and that will be what the livestock, the animals, will be eating for the winter. It'll be Fanny and Kia and Allora and Aria. And by the way, speaking of Allora, Allora has been in training for the last 6 weeks, and she is coming home today, and I couldn't be more excited about that. I actually went out to Merrickville, Ontario yesterday, where she was in training for 6 weeks, and rode her for the first time in a long time, and she's doing great. And her foal, her yearling foal, Aria, who is here, is her baby, 1 year old, just a little over a year old. She was born on May 7th of last year. Her mummy, Allora, is going to be coming home, and they're going to be spending their lives together here. They're going to be living together for the rest of their lives here. Sometimes, horses have babies, and then they get separated, and they never see each other again. That's not the case here. And they're going to get to live together forever. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I've got a new saddle. I got a Billy Cook saddle at Apple Saddlery. I got it a used Western saddle at Apple Saddlery in Ottawa. And I'm really excited about that. And it's a nice saddle, and it's for Allora. It fits her nice. And I'm going to be riding Allora now on the property. It won't be just Fanny. Fanny's going to be jealous. I can tell you for sure Fanny will be jealous. But that's kind of cute, though. We'll see Fanny get jealous. Her ears go back. She gets a little upset. But I think it's important for her to understand that it's not all about her. Sometimes she's got to let other her friends go for a ride too. So that's happening today, actually. Like just in about 2 hours, Allora will be coming back, and we'll take her for a ride around the property. It's going to be exciting. It's an exciting little moment here in the history of this little funny farm we got here. The funny farm. It's an exciting moment. Allora coming home to see and be reunited with her baby, Aria, and also to now begin going for more rides. She's got some intensive training from Katie at Heritage Stables in Merrickville, and she's one of the great horse trainers in Canada. And this is going to be extremely cool. This is all going to happen today. So lots going on around here. Like you said, we're cutting trails around here. Ray Robertson and the boys are out with the chainsaws, and we're cutting trails to create more routes through the deep bush, so we can get into the bush with Fanny and Allora. And if I can show you the bush right now, if you'd like to see a bit of the bush. Here we are. Here's Ray and I right now. And you can see how lush and green it is. It's like a tropical rainforest right now because of all the rain we've been getting. Every year at this time of year, June and July, there is so much rain. It's spring. Now we're in early summer, but in the springtime, there's so much rain. There's so much foliage in the wilderness here. It's so green, so verdant that it is actually there's more oxygen in the air than there is the rest of the year. And you actually ride through the woods, and you actually get energy from this oxygen. It actually tires you out too, because there's just so much oxygen, and which is good. Oxygen is a nice thing to have a lot of, but it's interesting that it's actually notably different. You know, after living in Los Angeles for 21 years, I kind of got used to not having seasons, and I forgot about what it feels like to have changing seasons. And it really is quite incredible, the subtleties that you notice, and even more so when you don't live in the city. If you live in downtown Toronto, or if you live in downtown Vancouver or Montreal or Calgary or Ottawa or Edmonton or Winnipeg or Halifax or Regina, right? Or Saskatoon, or Moose Jaw, or Medicine Hat, or Sydney, Nova Scotia, or Halifax, said Halifax. And you live in the city, you don't notice the subtleties of the changing seasons. But when you live out here in the wilderness, on a farm, and you're outside every day, you really do notice it. You notice that the leaves start thinning out on the trees in July. I never noticed that when I was growing up, even when I was living in Canada. I always thought that, you know, autumn came and late September, October, the leaves change, but you don't really notice how thick the foliage is on these trees in May and June, especially June, and still July. And you can see that now in this footage that I'm showing you right now with Ray Robertson and the boys out there in with the chainsaws this week. Just a lot of greenery out there. A lot of greenery out here in Canada now. That's one thing that Canadians are proud of, is our greenery, and certainly we'll get into a bit of that as well. So there's going to be some more horse riding around here as well. Yesterday I was riding at a healthy clip, actually, cantering into Merrickville from Heritage Stables to Merrickville, downtown Merrickville, on a Clydesdale named Murphy, and we got some great shots of that. And it was actually a lot of fun, because I'm not somebody. I'm not. First of all, I don't claim to be an equestrian. I got Fanny a little over 2 years ago. I'm new to this, but I do ride her every day. Fanny's a mule, but I haven't really ridden a horse other than Fanny, who's a horse. She's a mule, but she's half horse. I call her a horse sometimes. I consider her a horse. She considers herself a horse. But other than Fanny, I haven't really ridden a horse like in a long time, regularly, certainly. And I'd never ridden a Clydesdale. And she got a little pep in her step, I tell you, or he did, Murphy, big guy. And we were just flying along the highway, actually, on our way into downtown Merrickville, where we went into town for a coffee. I'm actually thinking of maybe riding Fanny in a small town parade this summer, actually. My good friend Amy Himmelman, who has boarded Aria for us this winter when she was weaning from her mother, Allora, weaning her from her mother's milk. We may actually go ride in a small town parade, actually, this summer with Fanny. I'm not 100% sure if I'm ready for that, but I may give it a shot, and we'll bring you there. We'll bring you along, and you'll be able to see. It's going to be fun. So lots of things like that are planned. Lots of big ideas. Lots of pie-in-the-sky ideas. Okay? Tony Danza, etc. Canadian Tire Center, etc. We're going to try to do this podcast, and we're going to make it the biggest podcast in Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec. No, top 5. You know, people say that, what's your top 5 when they talk about rap music? Like I'd say, what's your top 5? My top 5 is like Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, Eric B. and Rakim, Run DMC, and see, there's the thing. When say top 5, they usually are referring to top 5 rappers, but I'm sort of talking also including groups like Run DMC and Tribe Called Quest and Public Enemy are groups. So it's not really a true top 5. When you go top 5 rappers, top 5 MCs, it's different. But anyways, that's for a different show. I'm just sort of making a parallel. This is going to be in the top 5 podcasts in Eastern Ontario. That's all I'm saying. So it'll be like that. It'll be like that rap thing. So, Charlie, come here. Come here. They're inside the walls, Charlie. Come over here. Come. It's okay. Come here. I know it's come. I know it's exciting. Come here. Come. Jump up. Come here. Jump up. Jump up. Come here. Jump up. Jump up. Jump up. Yep. Jump up. Jump up. I know it's exciting. There is yeah, that's right. Sit. Okay. Sit. Charlie, sit. 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 Charlie, sit. Sit. Good girl. No, stay. Come on. This is going to be our new, yeah, sit. Yeah, sit. It's going to be our new, she is just so focused on, there's chipmunks that live in the walls here of this century barn. Which is normal, by the way. It's normal to have chipmunks in the wall of your barn. It's not weird or anything. Nope, stay, sit. I'm not weird. Hey, come on. Look. There you go. So that's a little update. That's what's going on. And couldn't be more thrilled to be including everybody in these plans. And if you can go online and let Tony Danza know that we're trying to get him up here, I would love any sort of help booking guests. If you'd like to tell me who that you would like to see in the show, please leave a message in the comment. But don't just ask me, ask them, okay? Go to them online and tell them you want to see them here on this podcast. And let's put it this way: if they agree to do it, I'll even fly them up here. Okay. All right. And that's Tony Danza. If you want to come do this show, we'll fly you up here, first class, on Southwest Airlines. No. I don't think they even fly here. No, we will. We're gonna make it happen for you. I may not have air conditioning in this studio, but that doesn't mean I'm like not able to fly our guests up first class and get them a nice dinner, okay? I'm doing fine, all right? I've got a mule. I'm doing fine, okay? I don't need to be doing this, okay? Let's make that clear. I don't need to do this. I'm doing this because I love it, and and I love you guys. That's the truth. That's why I laughed, actually. Because it's the truth. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Getting a little weird technical feedback. Maybe that means lightning's about to strike us or something. Let's get out of here. Okay, it went away. All right, this has been great. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been a technical test of the Tom Green Funny Farm podcast, or the Tom Green podcast / Funny Farm. I think it's just the Tom Green podcast. That's where we post it. But we do have a new... we'll talk about that later. I'm not ready to announce all that yet. Lots going on, okay? There's big stuff happening. Big stuff. I'm really busy. I'm very busy. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon. Oh, my coffee was under there. Didn't even realize that. Come on, Charlie. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. good. Awesome. That's fun. Try to figure out what